Cells are the basic components of any living being. No matter what type of cell they are, all cells have three basic things in common. They each have a cell membrane, which keeps the inside of the cell separate from its external environment, cytoplasm, a gel-like substance in which all of the cell's inner components are suspended, and DNA, which is the cell's genetic material. There are two main types of cells. The first, more complex category is that of eukaryotic cells. They contain organelles, including the nucleus and many others. Eukaryotic cells are comparatively complex and advanced, such as plant and animal cells. The other type is prokaryotic. Unlike eukaryotic, they lack a nucleus and membrane-enclosed organelles, though they still contain genetic material that is located within the cytoplasm. Prokaryotic cells are always single-celled or unicellular organisms, such as bacteria. What exactly are organelles? The word organelle means little organ. They are much more specialized portions of a cell that each performs a certain function. The nucleus is the main part of a cell. It contains a cell's genetic material, its DNA, which controls the cell's functions and how it carries out that purpose. Chromatin is the conglomerated DNA that is gathered together within the nuclear membrane. When a cell prepares to divide, its DNA condenses into a more compact form, referred to as chromosomes. Within the nucleus is a nucleolus, in which ribosomes are made. When ribosomes leave the nucleus, they take on the job of synthesizing or making proteins. In the cytoplasm, ribosomes float around, often drifting freely, along with many of the other organelles. Ribosomes can also attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, known as the AR, of which there are two types. The rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes that are attached, whereas the smooth AR does not. The ER is a passageway enclosed by membranes that primarily transports materials, such as the proteins that ribosomes synthesize. Proteins and other manufactured materials then exit the ER through vacuoles, or vesicles. Proteins and other they are then transported to the Golgi apparatus, or Golgi body. Proteins move through the Golgi body and are manipulated into their proper fully folded shapes so that they are able to be used by the cell. Sometimes, in order to create a fully functional protein, other materials must be added onto them, such as lipids and carbohydrates. Vacuoles are structures primarily used for storage. The central vacuole of many plant cells holds mostly water. In the animal cell are organelles called lysosomes, which take in parts of the cell that are usually either damaged or otherwise worn out. They contain a variety of enzymes that essentially break down whatever it ingests. Mitochondria are present in both plant and animal cells and function as the primary source of energy to the cell. It provides energy via a process called cellular respiration, in which it produces ATP to power what the cell does. The more overall energy that a cell needs, the more mitochondria it will contain. The cell retains its shape via a cytoskeleton. This contains thread-like protein-based microfilaments, as well as microtubules, which are thin, hollow tubes. Some organisms, like the majority of plants, are photoautotrophic and use energy from the sun as their source of energy. Plant cells and other similar cells have organelles called chloroplasts. It is within the chloroplast that photosynthesis occurs. The green pigment that gives its coloration is known as chlorophyll. Plant cells also have a cell wall beyond their membrane for support, structure, and protection. However, animal cells do not have cell walls.